showing my gratitude. So, we have checked you into one of our company's executive luxury penthouse suites. Your account has been credited with the amount of money that you lost.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Just do me a favor and don't try to win your tuition online again, okay?
How do you know about that?
The story begins with Richie, a college student struggling to cover tuition and everyday expenses. To make ends meet, he works in affiliate marketing for online gambling websites, promoting various betting platforms to earn commissions. But this work backfires when one of his professors develops a gambling addiction and ends up losing a substantial amount of money. Furious, the professor demands that Richie reimburse his losses. Richie responds coldly, saying,
I can't get you back what I don't have. I gave you a coupon for discounted play on the site. You used it. Lost. That's it.
The following day, Richie is summoned by the dean. The dean makes it clear that the college cannot allow anyone to promote gambling under its name and orders Richie to stop immediately. Richie protests, but sir, how will I pay my tuition? The dean replies bluntly,
You will close up shop, effective immediately, or you won't have a school to pay for.
Frustrated and desperate, Richie decides to gamble for himself, using all his savings. At first, his luck is good, and he wins several games. But soon, his luck turns, and every move backfires. He loses everything. Suspecting something is wrong, Richie begins to think the games were rigged. Determined to find answers, he decides to confront the site's owner, a powerful man named Ivan. Unsure how to locate Ivan, Richie turns to his father, Harry, a man who has spent most of his life in casinos. Harry explains that Ivan moved his operations to Costa Rica, where running gambling businesses is easier. With nothing left to lose, Richie boards a flight to Costa Rica. The moment Richie exits the airport, he runs into Pete, a man whose gambling site he had previously promoted. Pete and his friend Crossan immediately recognize him and assist him in securing a hotel room. While there, Richie learns about a major gambling event taking place that night, and he knows Ivan will be attending. At the event, Richie notices a woman named Rebecca talking to someone about Ivan. Realizing she could lead him to the man he's after, Richie approaches her and requests a meeting with Ivan. Rebecca agrees and guides him straight to Ivan. Richie explains that someone has hacked the gambling site, presenting identification and proof to support his claim. Ivan listens silently, then dismisses him with a simple good night. The following morning, Ivan calls Richie back. First, thank you for identifying the hacker, he says.
He was a good guy. He was my best friend.
Why the house?
Because the house always wins. Which is why we don't have to cheat people.
Richie protests, insisting this is fraud. Ivan merely smiles and responds,
We have checked you into one of our company's executive luxury penthouse suites. Your account has been credited the amount of money that you lost.
Richie finds the offer irresistible and accepts immediately. Over the next several months, Richie enjoys a life of wealth, luxury, and success. Yet despite all the riches, something feels missing. Not his father, but Rebecca, Ivan's girlfriend. From the very first moment he saw her, Richie has been captivated, though he cannot act on his feelings since she belongs to the boss. Meanwhile, Ivan meets with a local official named Changa to deliver the regular monthly bribe, ensuring his operations continue without interference. This time, however, Changa demands a 40% increase. Ivan frowns and asks, 4%? For what reason? Changa replies smugly, for the simple reason that you're safe here in Costa Rica. Ivan doesn't argue further, and the meeting concludes. That evening, at a party, Richie encounters Rebecca once more. She has been watching him at the gaming tables and is clearly impressed by his sharpness and confidence. Ivan, however, notices the growing closeness between Richie and Rebecca and does not like it. To keep Richie occupied, Ivan calls him aside. I've got a special assignment for you. There's an American gambler named Shaky. I want you to convince him to join our team, no matter what it takes. If he comes on board, he can help expand our customer base by 10%, which will generate massive profit for both of us. Richie agrees to the task and plans to meet Shaky the next day, but before he can reach him, a group of men grabs him and throws him into a van. These aren't ordinary thugs. They are undercover FBI agents. One of them, Agent Black, explains, Relax, kid, you're not our target. Ivan is. The problem is, we can't touch him here in Costa Rica due to jurisdiction limits. That's where you come in. Ivan isn't just running illegal gambling, he's also misusing customer data. We need someone close to him. Help us bring him down. Richie pretends to agree, saying, Sure, I'll help, but then immediately returns to Ivan. Nervously, he tells him,
I just fucking got kidnapped by the FBI.
Ivan laughs it off as a joke. FBI? Don't make me laugh. They can't touch us here in Costa Rica. Focus on your job. Get that American gambler on board. That's what matters. Following Ivan's instructions, Richie meets Shaky again, attempting to convince him to join the business. Shaky refuses outright, saying he cannot leave his pregnant wife. Under pressure to deliver results, Richie decides to play dirty. He orders some weed for Shaky, hoping it will loosen him up. While Shaky is high and distracted, Richie secretly records a compromising video. Later, he shows Shaky the footage and asks, Now will you join us? Cornered and helpless, Shaky complies and hands over a valuable data file capable of increasing Ivan's customer base by 10%. Ivan is thrilled with the results and rewards Richie with a stack of cash. But Ivan doesn't know how Richie plans to celebrate. That night, Richie parties with Rebecca, Ivan's own girlfriend. The evening spirals out of control. It becomes clear Rebecca is also attracted to Richie. During an intimate moment, she confesses, "I wish I could leave Ivan, but if I do, he'll never let me live." Despite the danger, her feelings for Richie are genuine, explaining why she's been drawn to him all along. The next morning, Richie returns home after the wild night and finds Pete and Crossan in a heated argument. Pete has just been questioned by Agent Black and now wants out.
Fun ride, Richie. I'm out.
Out to where?
Out to home. I'm all the way out.
Richie tries to calm him down, saying, "Relax, it's just a scare tactic, nothing serious." But Pete doesn't listen. He packs up and leaves for his hometown, abandoning the operation entirely. Shortly afterward, Ivan calls Richie with another task. A briefcase full of cash is waiting in a locker. Richie is to deliver it to Changa as part of the monthly payment. Following instructions, Richie goes to Changa's hideout, where the official is enjoying his usual luxuries. Richie hands over the suitcase, but when Changa counts the money, his face darkens. Ivan has not sent the extra amount Changa demanded earlier. Furious, Changa steps outside and orders his men to beat Richie.
"Ya your puto gringo boss."
He growls, "If he ever shortchanges me again, I won't be so polite." Bruised and bleeding, Richie returns to Ivan, demanding,
Then you got more than an ongoing negotiation. You have a fucking problem.
Ivan shrugs casually.
What's the fucking problem? Richie, I mean, it's the gambling business in Costa Rica. Occasionally you get punched in the face.
That is the breaking point for Richie. Humiliated and enraged, he decides to leave everything behind and returns to the US. As soon as Richie arrives at the airport, the police stop him and search his bag. To his shock, it's filled with drugs. Before they can arrest him, Agent Black appears once again. "You're lucky I got here first," he tells Richie. "I can make this go away, but in return, you'll help us take Ivan down." Cornered, defeated, and with no way out, Richie finally agrees. From that moment forward, he officially becomes an informant for the FBI, a man now caught between two extremely dangerous worlds. When Richie returns to his apartment, Crazen is waiting with shocking news. He has uncovered critical information hidden deep within Ivan's gambling data. It turns out that Ivan has been using customer accounts to secretly launder his black money, converting it into clean funds and hiding millions right under the authorities' noses. This clever scheme ensures no one can track his real profits. Crossan begins to explain the details, but before they can investigate further, Ivan calls Richie and summons him to his office. Upon arrival, Ivan shows Richie CCTV footage from a casino, revealing Harry, Richie's father, caught using counterfeit bills. The casino had fined Harry $87,000, but Ivan quietly paid the amount, saving his life. Richie quickly realizes the cruel purpose behind this gesture. Ivan's action wasn't out of kindness, but to keep Richie under his control. Shaken, Richie immediately goes to his father. Harry, worried and disappointed, says, "Son, leave this gambling business. Go back to college before you ruin your life." Determined to make things right, Richie promises,
Dad, try and sit tight. Okay, I'll figure a way to get us both out of this.
From that moment, Richie begins planning his next move. He starts by secretly skimming small amounts of money from the cash-filled suitcases sent as monthly bribes to Costa Rican officials. Around the same time, Crazen calls him, his voice trembling.
Agent Shavers was right about everything. We should have left.
Shavers, you said he didn't even approach you.
Listen, after the players' accounts, I found something else. It's a way bigger scam than I thought. We're screwed, man.
Richie rushes to Crossan's house, but it's too late. The place is silent. Crossan is gone, likely eliminated on Ivan's orders. Shocked, Richie turns to see Rebecca. Furious, he yells at her, blaming her because she is still Ivan's girlfriend. But Rebecca tells the truth. Ivan plans to flee Costa Rica soon, leaving all his illegal operations pinned on Richie. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Richie asks for her help, and Rebecca, now fully on his side, agrees. The next day, Richie begins bribing local officials himself to try and shift the balance in his favor. Soon, he notices a suspicious car following him. He tries to evade it, only to discover it's Agent Black again. Furious, the agent confronts him. "You still haven't provided solid evidence against Ivan." Richie snaps, "And you didn't protect anyone. Not Crossan, not my father. You let Ivan ruin lives." Black sighs. "You're right, but now the only way to fix this is to finish it. We need the evidence before he disappears for good." Determined, Richie breaks into Crazen's room and searches everything. He finds a hidden pen drive. Plugging it into a laptop, his worst fears are confirmed. The files contain Ivan's entire money laundering network. Every illegal transaction is listed under Richie's name. The operation was designed to frame him. Realizing the trap, Richie quickly makes his move. The next day, Ivan and Rebecca prepare to flee Costa Rica, but Richie has already escaped with his father. The biggest twist comes when Ivan's plane lands. He steps out confidently, only to freeze. Richie is waiting. Smirking, Richie says,
"And where exactly do you think this is?" "Bienvenido a Puerto Rico, Ivan. Territory of the United States of America."
Right on cue, FBI agents surround and arrest Ivan. As Agent Black turns toward Richie, ready to arrest him too, Richie has already vanished with Rebecca. Moments later, Black receives a package containing all the files and proof against Ivan, sent by Richie himself. Ivan's empire crumbles, and he is sentenced to prison. Meanwhile, Richie and Rebecca disappear to another country, leaving their dark past behind. And with that, this intense story finally comes to an end. What did you think of the shocking ending? Did you see that final twist coming, or did it completely catch you off guard? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be back soon with another thrilling tale to keep you glued until the very end. Until then, stay curious and stay brave.